guys, how you all doing? It's safe to say that I love the tambourine. Here's a bunch of tambourines that I've got. Yeah, with the tambourine, always remember just to play on 2 and 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4. You can kind of add shake beats to that then as well, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. For me, the tambourine gets really interesting when you start to play the backhand side of the tambourine, a bit like a tennis swing. And basically, here's a rhythm that you can do with that. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that and on before the 4, 3, and 4 is just where you hit the back swing. So kind of to further expand on those rhythms really, so as soon as you start getting a little bit better at the tambourine, so you can start doing like 16ths kind of shaking instead of quavers, which is just the quavers and then twice as fast, and then so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can start adding like all of those backbeats that we were just talking about. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then you can add like little quick kind of trills, so like. And then it's just kind of the world's kind of your oyster then. We're really getting used to going 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2. Just getting those back beats, and then you kind of put them anywhere. You can kind of put those back beats kind of anywhere then, once you kind of get used to playing the tambourine. So I love this little red one. This red one's been with me forever really. I can't really remember where I got it. But the thing is with it as well, there's no branding on it, so you couldn't buy this one, unfortunately. But I can go through some of the ones that you can buy. One which is twice as loud as that one, you might not be able to tell from the audio, but this one's super, super loud. It's like a Stagg tambourine. I really like this one if I'm playing in a situation where there's like not many mics happening. So yeah, and again, probably have to turn the audio even down on this, but yeah, just to hear what this one sounds like. This is a really, really good recording tambourine. It's by Rhythm Tech. I'll put it in the link underneath. And it's really dry, like it's got a proper dry, and it's quite a quiet sound as well. Not as quiet as the little red one, but quite quiet. Again, just have a listen to this one. This one, again, is just quite a cheap tambourine that I bought. I'll put the link in the bio as well if I can find it. But it's got a really, really high-pitched, kind of jingly sound. It just makes me smile, this one, actually. But, yeah. Then I've got... We're going to start with, like, this one used to have a head on it. I think it's an I-chord one. I actually took the head off it because it made it sound really bad. But this one's got a really... It's really chill. So this next one has seen better days. It's got a bit of a tear in the head, but I really, really like it for... I actually used this on a Northern Soul show because it's really, really good for that kind of gospel-y, fast, like, kind of tambourine playing. You know, you can kind of hit it and it sounds like really like... which is just a really nice sound. Again, and when I'm playing with this one, again, trying to control the jingles a little bit. So if I'm just playing like 2 and 4, which you do a lot in those Northern Soul tracks, it's just like I'm kind of rotating the wrist into it rather than going like, because you don't quite get that kind of like really sound. So I rotate and it just gives you a really... Right, now I've got some really fancy tambourines that I use for if I'm doing any orchestra recordings and stuff. This one's a Grover tambourine. And again, you've got all the rolls and stuff. When I'm playing on the orchestral tambourines, just trying to grip it as loosely as possible when you're doing the rolls. I always think of my hand as like a viper. And if I was playing on the tambourine, it'd be like a snake kind of going like... I always play as close to the edge as possible, without... It depends what sound you want to make. Sometimes you can play it on the wood, sometimes just off the wood. Yeah, and obviously thumb rolls where you just lick your thumb. Little tip, once you lick your thumb, just dab it with your finger once. Again, I'll put these in the link, but you probably won't want to buy these because they're just ridiculous. But Really, really cool sounding. And again, I used this one on a recording that I did for Daniel Nibby, so you can check that out. I'll put that link in the bio as well. It's just literally just 2 and 4, like. It's just got such a big bam sound. So when I've done some like kind of children's or like orchestra percussion courses for like younger people, people are always like, oh, I want to get a tambourine, and I always recommend, if you're gonna get your first like orchestral tambourine, to get this Meinl single row jingle one, because they're really light. So if you're, if you're slightly younger and you don't want to play one of those big giant ones that cost £150 or upwards or whatever, these cost about 30 quid. And they're just really, 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 really good. You can do a thumb on them, you can play them, they sing really well, they don't sound too cheap either. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about some of the little accessories that you can get for tambourines, and this one I absolutely love, and I just recently re-got one of these because I used to have one when I was younger, and they're so good. It's such a good accessory that you can get, and basically, we'll probably cut some of this out. Basically, it just screws onto the tambourine, and you just put it on your hi-hat. And the thing is, so rather than buying like a specific hi-hat tambourine, any of the tambourines that I've then got, I don't have to like, screw into them or anything. And it's just really, really great, and you can kind of suspend it anyway. You can put it on your hi-hat. So yeah, these are really great. So Percussion Plus, I'll put that in the comments. Then obviously I've got this dedicated custom percussion hi-hat tambourine, which is quite good because obviously you can kind of play them on the side. They've got more of an even jingle when you use them on the hi-hat. I'm going to do a video at the end to show all of this stuff. Something I got recently is the Ching Ring. Really, really fun to just wham on the hi-hat or even put on the snare. They're just a really, really poppy sound. So again, I'm going to do like a performance at the end of this, so I'll show you some more of how that sounds. The final thing that I've been kind of working on, which is kind of links in with all building instruments and stuff, is I've been building my own snare drum tambourine, or like backbeat tambourine, but that's not what I'm going to call it because I'll get done for copyright. But basically, it doesn't look great, just as a pre-warning. It looks really, really rough and ready, but it sounds awesome. And I've been really working on trying to get it to be loud, because, I think when we're playing drums and percussion, I think like sometimes you're going to want to use this in a studio and you'll have mics everywhere, and often when companies are demonstrating these things, they're like, oh yeah, look at this hi-hat tambourine or backbeat tambourine. And they're mic'd up like right close, and you can't actually hear them when you buy it acoustically. So I've designed my own, or kind of thrown one together. Don't judge. So this is it. So it's a snare drum head cut out, and then I've got I had this really old Rhythm Tech hi-hat tambourine that I've sawed with a hacksaw. I've sawed it in half, kind of bent it out, and then cable tied it to the head. I've also put some little magnets attached to string, just so that you can kind of magnetize it to the drum. And honestly, I'm really excited with how this sounds. It's proper loud, and I think I found a gear for music tambourine, because I was having a look at loads of different tambourines that you can get, and I've basically found a gear for music tambourine that you can buy that's exactly the same as the Rhythm Tech one, because they don't do them the same, because really you want them with the kind of the round thing that's easy to bend, rather than the square, because the square ones, like on this one, it'll be impossible to cut through it and bend it properly. So yeah, I'll show you the performance now, but I just kind of have a bit of a mess around with all the tambourines I've got. But yeah, this one, I honestly think I'm onto something here. Anyway. Anyway, cheers. Thank you for watching all the videos. I'm going to try and cut it down as much as possible as well. I really love the tambourine. I hope there's some cool sounds. I'm going to probably make a sample pack out of all the ones I just hit just at the start of the video as well. Because so if you want to get that, just send me a message. Yeah. Like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing this every week now. So hopefully it's fun and should be good. Cheers. Thank you.